Starting today, Monday, July 19th, 2021, state and local law enforcement agencies in Alabama, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee will join forces for a week-long high-visibility enforcement and awareness campaign to reduce fatalities and serious injuries by getting motorists to obey speed limits on roadways from local to interstate highways. This initiative is called Operation Southern Shield and will run from July 19th through July 24th. At this time, please join me in welcoming from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Regional Administrator Carmen Hayes.
Good morning. I'm Carmen Hayes from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. At the U.S. DOT and National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, safety is our top priority. NHTSA's mission is to save lives. As the nation reopens, many of us are excited to get back to doing more of the things that we were previously not able to do. But it's important that we're safe behind the wheel, because we did see a troubling increase in fatalities on our roads this year, even while fewer people were out driving. NHTSA estimates that in 2020, 38,680 of our fellow Americans were killed in traffic crashes. This represents an estimated increase of about 7.2% as compared to the 36,096 fatalities reported in 2019. These are more than numbers. These are people who have lost their lives on our roadways, people that will be missed by family and friends. As a society, we should not accept any deaths on our roads. In fact, speeding-related crashes were up 11% in 2020 as compared to 2019. Speeding endangers everyone on the road. It endangers not only the life of the speeder, but all of the people on the road around them, including drivers, pedestrians, and bicyclists. How can you help? You can start by driving the speed limit. That is why Alabama, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee are joining together for Operation Southern Shield. Operation Southern Shield is a week-long, multi-jurisdictional effort that focuses on reducing speed, thus reducing crashes, deaths, and injuries. Enforcement is a part of a safe system approach to transportation. In fact, it is part of the 5 E's with equity, engineering, education, and emergency medical services. We must ensure everyone is working to make our transportation system safe for all of its users, from manufacturers to community and advocacy organizations, to public safety officials and transportation experts, to law enforcement and first responders. Everyone has a role to play. We know that our state and local law enforcement partners are committed to preventing crashes and saving lives. And we know that fairness and equity are central to their efforts. Every day, law enforcement officers face many unique challenges, and departments across the country are actively working to enhance equity in their policing practices, which often starts with community and high visibility engagement programs like this operation to protect all of the community members from the dangers of speeding. We at NHTSA support these efforts, but we are also examining internally how we can better ensure equity in our programs and messaging. Also, please remember that every state has a move over law. You're required to slow down and move over when you see a law enforcement or first responder vehicle with flashing lights on the side of the road. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Hayes. It is my honor to introduce Secretary Greg Evans from the Florida Department of Transportation, District 2. Secretary Evans. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, and thank you, Tim. Again, I'm Greg Evans with the Florida Department of Transportation, and we are proud to partner with law enforcement to enhance safety on our roadways through Operation Southern Shield. Safety is a team sport, and we all play a part. From our engineers designing and building our roadway systems out there, to our law enforcement partners, and to those who share the road, we must all take responsibility for our safety and make good choices on the roadways. Excessive speeding is against the law. Why? Because it's unsafe. When you speed, you endanger yourself, your passengers, pedestrians, bicyclists. You endanger mom and dad, who are construction workers, on our highway systems out there. When you speed, you endanger our law enforcement partners, whether they're assisting a stranded motorist or they're investigating an accident. Our roads were built safe. And driving speed limit starts and stays with the driver. You are responsible. FDOT is hopeful that Operation Southern Shield will remind motorists to follow the speed limit, not only today, all week, and all year. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary. Representing our law enforcement element of the operation, I would like to now introduce Florida Highway Patrol Colonel Gene Spaulding. Colonel.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you for allowing me to be here today to speak on behalf of law enforcement partners throughout the state, not only our state, but several states that are participating in Operation Southern Shield. We have many, many law enforcement officers here in the background. I see a significant number from Nassau County Sheriff's Office, Georgia State Patrol, I believe Neptune Beach, St. Augustine Beach. There's several Georgia police departments that are here as well, sheriff's offices. Thank you so much for coming and allowing me to speak on behalf of each and every one of you. You know, a lot of people think that writing speeding tickets is a pleasurable event to a law enforcement officer. Trust me, it is not. We understand the ramifications of speeding fines and impacts it has on your financial status with your families. But trust me, each and every person in this room that wears a uniform and a gun has had that also unpleasurable event of knocking on someone's door at 2 o'clock in the morning, telling them their loved one's dead. So if you ask me, and I think you would ask any of these officers standing here today and troopers, which message would you rather deliver? That you have to pay a minimal fine and maybe curb your driving behavior, or get that knock on the door that your son or daughter, mother or father, or other loved one has been killed in a tragic crash? You know, our roads are the lifeline of our communities. Every one of us use them every day to get to work, to get to our recreational events, go to church. And it is such a tragic event when someone's killed on our roadways. You know, we've seen it over the course of the last year. Our crashes have actually decreased slightly, but our fatal crashes and serious injury crashes have increased. What that tells us is that it's because of speed and no seatbelt. That is the two primary issues that cause significant injuries after a traffic crash. Distracted driving plays in, but I will submit that the faster you go, the distraction creates more distance, more opportunity for a serious or fatal crash. So I would implore each and every one of you, when you leave for a destination, give yourself sufficient time to get where you're going. Slow down so you don't have to speed. Put your seatbelt on and put your phone down so that you can focus on driving. And I believe it was mentioned earlier about every state has a move over law. Unfortunately, I've had the opportunity over the course of the past 2 years, due to the Florida legislature, doing road designations for the 49 Florida Highway Patrol troopers that have lost their lives in the line of duty. We put these signs on the road, and I see them in Georgia, I see them in Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee, honoring the memory of our law enforcement officers, our fire rescue personnel, our public safety workers, our maintenance workers on the roadway who have lost their lives in the line of duty. And what these signs do is they deliver a message to honor the memory of that loved one, but also to send a message to the motoring public to put your phones down, slow down, wear your seatbelt, pay attention to your surroundings. And even in death, these members that have lost their lives are still delivering a safety message. The first and most important message in speeding and obeying our traffic laws is education. That's what we thrive on. That's what we're doing here today, is trying to educate the motoring public. Enforcement is the last piece of that option. We don't like writing tickets, but guess what? That's the reality. And if it curbs behavior, then that's what we're going to do. So on behalf of all of our law enforcement professionals here today, thank you for allowing me to be able to speak, and please slow down. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel. As mentioned, Operation Southern Shield is a multi-state partnership, high visibility safety campaign. To speak on Georgia efforts, please welcome my counterpart from the Georgia Governor's Office of Highway Safety, Law Enforcement Services Director, Roger Hayes. Roger.
Thank you, Tim. Well, good morning, everyone. On behalf of GOHS Director Alan Poole, I'd like to thank Ms. Carmen Hayes for being here today and thank our friends from the great state of Florida for inviting us to be here. I'd also like to thank the state troopers, Florida Highway Patrol, and local law enforcement officers in both states for the job you do each and every day to keep us safe on our roadways. Operation Southern Shield started 4 years ago in the Southeast in an effort to help stop what we saw as a rising number of injuries and deaths caused by speed-related crashes. During this operation, Georgia, along with our partners and neighbors in Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, and Tennessee, worked together to enforce speed as well as other traffic laws with the goal of saving lives on our highways. As a result, Georgia did see a 3% decrease in speed-related fatalities from 2015 to 2019. However, the number of people killed in crashes, especially in speed-related crashes in Georgia and across the nation, have been on the rise in the last year and a half. In fact, Georgia is on pace to have one of the deadliest years ever on our roads based on preliminary traffic data that's been reported in the first half of 2021. In the first 6 months of this year, we've seen more than 850 people die in traffic crashes on the state of Georgia. That's a 21% increase. It's also the first time since 2007 that Georgia has had more than 800 people killed in traffic crashes in the first half of the year. Even though those numbers killed should go down with lower vehicles on the road, we're seeing exactly the opposite. They're going up. Speed, and we're talking about excessive speed, is the reason why we're here and seeing these increases. Our law enforcement officers in Georgia are clocking drivers going 20, 25, 30 miles an hour or higher over the speed limit. Many of those drivers are driving over 100 miles an hour. If you're one of those drivers who are endangering the lives of us and the others on the roadway, you better hit the brakes. Beginning this week and in the foreseeable future, state troopers and law enforcement officers will be on the road running radar and writing tickets to those drivers who choose to operate a vehicle in an unsafe manner. But we hope it won't take the blue lights in the rearview mirror to get everyone to slow down and drive safely. The best way to reduce crashes and to save lives is for people to drive like their lives depends on it, because it does. Some critics say Southern Shield is about the money, but let me tell you, it's not about the money. It's all about people dying in crashes, most of which is entirely preventable. That's why we're here today. That's why we will continue to be here and try to attain the attainable goal of zero fatalities on our highways. It is now my honor to introduce my great friend and our statewide partner from the Georgia State Patrol, Lieutenant Maurice Raines.
Thank you, Roger. On behalf of our Governor, Brian Kemp, Commissioner of the Department of Public Safety, Colonel Christopher Wright, it is an honor for us to partner with the Governor's Office of Highway Safety on this initiative, Driving Safe for Southern Shield. Most of us know that all of us had a tendency to speed. This week, this campaign, we're going to educate and warn people that speed is not going to be tolerated, not only in the Southeast, but in the state of Georgia. We want you to understand, we know that traffic crashes are up because of speed. Speed does kill, and it's a choice. You do not have to choose a speed. You can drive the speed limit. Not only does speed kill, but think about it this way. I would have rather arrive late and alive than not arrive at all. So we're encouraging everyone to slow down, be late, help us, help you. How do you do that? Slow down. Understand this. This device right here is a distraction, meaning that one of your hands is not on the steering wheel. Put the cell phone down. If you have the cell phone in your hand, that means your eyes are not on the road. You're not only endangering your lives, but you're endangering someone else's life. So I ask you to help us by slowing down. Know that this campaign, that if you decide to put the hammer down, we're going to put the pen on the paper. And I want to educate the motoring public that we're here to help serve you. And the only way you can help us help you is slow down. So we ask everyone, not only in the state of Georgia, but across the state of Alabama, Tennessee, and South Carolina as partners, we're all going to be doing the same initiative. Our goal is to notify NHTSA that the numbers of fatal crashes because of speed is going to go down. So I ask and encourage everyone to participate. I thank all these law enforcement officers from not only from the state of Florida, but all these other local agencies and my agency, the Georgia State Patrol, for being here to say one thing to the motoring public: slow down. Thank you. At this time, I turn it back over to Tim Roberts.
Thank you, Lieutenant Raines. I want to take a brief moment and thank the official Welcome Center of Florida here in Yulee, Florida, for their generosity in opening up this location for us to hold this important announcement. As you've heard today, both Florida and Georgia will be participating in this week's Southern Shield. This is a Southern Shield speed enforcement campaign along with southeastern states of Alabama, South Carolina, and Tennessee. Our ultimate goal is to save lives, and we appreciate your help in spreading the message. To conclude, our speakers are available for additional comment. Slow down, buckle up, every trip, every time. Thank you.